Hi everyone, it's Pastor Cy from Westside Baptist Church, and I'm here to help you memorize your verses. We are on question 2 for theme number 8, which is all about the person of Jesus. The question for this week is, who is the only mediator between God and sinners? Now, that's a big word, mediator. We'll get back to that in a second. The answer is that Jesus Christ is the only mediator who can bring God and sinners together. So we need to answer that question. What in the world is a mediator? Well, if you Google it, you can find a definition there. But really, a simple way to say it is it's a go-between, or it's somebody who's trying to make two people come together. So let's say you're on the playground and you have two friends, and they're not very happy with each other, but they're both happy with you, right? So you would be the go-between. This friend would say, go tell Steve that he hurt my feelings. And you would go to Steve and, tell Steve that, he hurt Bob's feelings. And he would be like, oh, well, I didn't mean to. And, you would be a go-between. You would kind of be able to resolve the issue. Well, Jesus is the same thing for us. He resolves the issue of our sin and God's holiness because we offend God because of our sin. And so Jesus is the only way for God and sinners, God and men, to be together, to come together. So let's look at this verse, 1 Timothy 2, 5 and 6. So it's actually 2 verses. It's a bit of a long one, but it's a really good one too. It says, for there is one God, and there is one mediator between God and men, the man Christ Jesus, who gave himself a ransom for all, which is the testimony given at the proper time. Ransom kind of means like a payment. So you have the idea of Jesus as actually the payment for all who believe. So let's begin by kind of drawing this out, because that's how I like to memorize things at this point. So for there is one God. So we'll draw a number 1. Let's put a circle around it. Why not? I feel like putting a circle around it. And there is one mediator between God and man, the man Christ Jesus. So what we're going to do now is we'll draw a cross, because that is how Jesus mediates. That's how he goes between by dying on the cross. And what is he between? Well, he's between God, since this is God. He's between God and men. So we'll do our stick figures. You think I'd be pretty good at stick figures at this point, but we all know that I'm not very good at stick figures, and that's okay. Draw your little stick figures as we work on memorizing this verse. So there is one God right here, and there is one mediator between God and men. So this is men, the man Christ Jesus, and this is Jesus, who gave himself a ransom for all. So right below that, I think let's draw another cross, and then if you have a green pen or pencil, go ahead and draw dollar signs. Let's draw some more men afterwards, because Jesus made a ransom for all. He was able to pay the sins of all the people who believe on him. And then the last part, which is the testimony given at the proper time. So we'll just go ahead and we'll draw a clock right here. We'll make it say that clock. I don't even know what that clock is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. So if you can read that clock, that's great, because I can't. So let's go ahead and say our verse one more time. For there is one God, and there is one mediator between God and man, the man Christ Jesus, who gave himself as a ransom for all, which is the testimony given at the proper time. So one more time. For there is one God, remember, one God, and there is one mediator between God and man, the man Christ Jesus, who gave himself a ransom, a payment for all, which is the testimony given at the proper time. We have our clock right there. So I hope that helped maybe even understand the verse a little bit better, and hopefully maybe helped you understand how to memorize it a little bit too. So cannot wait to see you for Kids for Truth. Bye.